Hey guys, and welcome back to the garden. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Blanca. So today's video, gonna do a morning walk. It's been a while since I've been in the garden. It's been about 3 days I haven't walked. Yesterday we had a super windy day. I mean, we had winds blowing 25 miles an hour almost the entire day. Did not come out here, did not fertilize, because when it's that windy, that's the least thing you want to do, because you will get that stuff all over you. So evaluating the garden today, scared to see what I'm going to find in my orchid section. Have not walked out there. It's still really early. Yeah, busy week, you guys. I've been at events. My kids are home from college. It was windy, so all those factors kept me away from the garden, and I am excited to see. So this, right before I started this video, I noticed that my Grammatophyllum is in spike. Very excited because I don't think this one has ever spiked before. Look at that. So these Grammatophyllums, you guys, I've kept them here in full sun, right where you see them, for probably the last 2 or 3 years. And for some reason, I don't know why, they're still in their original pot. Look how they're growing out of the pot. You see that? So some of them I did remove. They like to be squished in there. They really do. But some of them I have removed. And they're already stuck on this palm. You see that? See how the roots are all growing in there? But they had not spiked as much. So I'm thinking that they like to be, every time I see them at shows or I see them around, I do see them inside the pots, that they look too small for them because their roots are always outgrowing the pots. So maybe once this is done, I'm gonna remove them, because this is actually a community pot. And here I have 3 Grammatophyllums, and then they are all growing. Look at that, you guys. That's roots everywhere. They're all growing everywhere. So maybe, and they're stuck. But that's a spike for it. Oh, I see another spike. There's another spike right here. Look at that. So I've got 2 spikes on my Grammatophyllums. So exciting. Yeah, so these are kept right here, and good. Now I can talk to you about Grammatophyllums, because I never talk about them because they hardly ever do anything for me. Just kind of like looking everywhere, see if I find more spikes. So yeah, you guys, I keep them. I've kept them here for, I want to say like 2 to 3 years. I don't even remember. But they're here. They love to be in full sun. They don't like to get watered as much. I never hardly water them. Something I heard always from Mac Orchids, whenever I would walk like around the booth, or whenever I would ask them, he was like, Grammatophyllums, if you water them once, you're watering them too much. That will always stay in my head. I think that's like the line that he uses whenever he's gonna sell one. Because I've heard him say that so many times, and it's like it's stuck to me. So, you know, because of that, I've always thought that I never have to water them, because they get whatever they need when it rains, and they don't like to be watered as much. So that's the care I give it. I just leave them here, leave them alone. As a matter of fact, some of these, you know, they're still in their original pots. I haven't touched them, and their roots, look at this. They are just growing. They're like stuck under there. I have 3 in here because this is a pretty big pot. I'm so excited about those. I have 3 because they're still inside their big pot, and you know, they're spiking. So they must be happy. Once they stop, once they bloom, I will probably like revisit them again and just see what they could need, you know. I mean, I did take some out of the pots, and they are growing like against the trunk. I have some in my orchid section, but those are definitely getting way too much water, I think. But let's see. Yay for the spikes on the Grammatophyllum. The spikes on the Schomburgki are getting pretty long. Look at that. So that will be fun. And yes, I will show those blooms once they open. Somebody was like, please show the blooms. Of course. I love to show you my blooms. Let's see. So after windy conditions, this dendrobium is looking beautiful still. This is a Dendrobium pink butterfly. There we go. And it is early. So I have an event today that starts at 10. And I said, I think I have time to go to the garden and show you guys what's going on. So Sherry Baby's looking great. Let's see. Yeah, you guys, these Schomburgkias are getting so purple. Purple leaves. Hopefully she's starting to acclimate and she likes it here. Look at this one. You know, it's funny how you have them both next to each other and one will get more sunburn or more sun than the other, because this one is all green. So the purple leaves happens, and I mentioned this in one of my videos before this one, when they get lots of sun. This is like a suntan that the orchids get when they're exposed to full sun. But then what's interesting is that I've got this one here. Maybe she's getting more of a morning sun than this one, because this one is fully green, unless it's like just a variety type. That maybe this one won't get purple, but it's interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna have to research that to see why that is. Look at this flower spike. They were both attached at the same time, and one of the Schomburgkias has gotten more of a suntan, more purple leaves than the other one. So that's interesting. All right, I really want to get into my orchid section before I go to the other side of the yard. And like I said, it's still really early, probably just 7 a.m. Let's see. I wanted to check on this girl. She's been in bloom for about 2 weeks. Beautiful Walkeriana semi-alba Kenny. Such a beautiful Cattleya. So this is what happens to you guys, to the orchids, to the Cattleyas, especially when they're out here for about a week, 2 weeks. They start to weather really fast. Especially with, it was so windy yesterday. Goodness gracious, I was like, what is going on? You could not be out here. All right, so lots of palm fronds on the floor. As long as my orchids are not on the floor, I'm fine. Oh, we got buds on a Cattleya over here. Now, this is my Cattleya. What's her name? Cattleya Sarah Palin, Hockey Mom. That's what she's called. She's in bloom, probably after 2 years without giving me flowers. Or not in bloom, but in bud. And these sheaths are full. So she's got one sprouting and one full sheath. She gives me beautiful big flowers. And she does it, she used to do it every year. She's a little bit stubborn these days, and she has not bloomed in probably 2 years. Let's see. The Hoyas are getting bigger. Ooh, look at how pretty. Little peduncles are starting to form and get bigger. Let's see. Denisoniana is starting to fade, but this one's probably still fragrant. Oh yeah. And the Denisoniana, this one's already fading. This spike right over here, but this one is still looking pretty. All right, so while I'm walking the garden, I wanted to tell you that I have come up with a solution for my orchids on what I'm going to be doing out here moving forward, which is going to be, hold on. Yeah, you guys. So this one right here. So I'll tell you what my plans are. Right after I describe this beautiful, fragrant Vanda. She smells so good. So this compact Vanda's in full bloom, you guys. Small. Look at the flowers. Almost as big as my finger. As big as my pinky because she's little. This is a Vanda Vericone Morelli with Carmela. And she's super, super fragrant. She's waxy. She's a pretty one. Okay, so my solution for this area, you guys. So being in this orchid, orchid world, orchid community, I have the I'm lucky that I have some friends that are as obsessed as I am. I'm not going to mention any names. Nelson. So being that we're all friends, we all talk all the time. I ask him, Nelson, we live minutes from each other and your orchids are just blooming so much. Like, what's going on? So he does grow differently than I do. He has a covered terra, or he has a covered grow space, which his orchids get lots of they get great light, they get great coverage. They don't suffer as much as mine do because mine are out here exposed to nature. So talking to him the past few weeks, I have decided that I need to up my fertilizing. So by me saying I need to up my fertilizing means that not that I need to feed him more when I feed them, like more quantities. I just have to feed them more often. And this is something that I've also spoken to the guys at Ophi about. Just just telling them, I want to get more blooms. I mean, my mission always is that not only, wow, look at this big. Not only do I want to get do I want to have healthy orchids, but I want my orchids to bloom like nonstop. They always laugh at me, but it's true. So I'm like, okay, so what can I do? So being that I grow outside, right over here, especially, when I talk about my orchids, I mainly talk about the orchids under my orchid section because that's where my largest collection is, under here. So I asked them, how can I get more blooms? I grow out here. So since I grow out here and my orchids are getting watered every single day, they're getting flushed every single day. So I really, really need to up my fertilizing as far as how often I feed them, because they are getting flushed. So once a week, I've already discovered that is making a difference, but it's not making a huge difference. I don't know if you guys are following. I mean, it's not, I know. Orchids take time to grow. They take time to bloom. I'm not going to come out here after fertilizing one day and start seeing flowers everywhere. But I think that being that I grow out here and my orchids get watered every single day with a sprinkler, like they get soaked, they're just flushing it out too fast. So I need to start fertilizing at least every other day, every 3 days, and not a heavy feed like I normally do once a week, but a lighter feed, because I don't want to over fertilize, because that's not good either. So I'm shifting right now the orchids that have shifted in the wind. So my plan is that starting next week, I am going to start feeding my orchids every other day, every 2 days with a light feed, but I want to be able to feed them more often. So being that I'm going to feed them more often, I got some buds on my Hoya, I need to reduce the feeding amount of like the quantity that I put in there. So I normally do 1 teaspoon per gallon of water. If I'm going to be feeding these guys every other day or every 2 days, I have to go down to half a teaspoon per gallon of water. So I'm going to do half a teaspoon per gallon of water every 2 days of 20/20/20 Epson Salt and Seaweed Kelp. And that I'm going to start doing probably not today because it's still windy, but if tomorrow the conditions are not as windy, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to fertilize. And I'm going to follow that routine for a few months and see if I get more blooms out here. That is still my mission, to get more blooms out here, because like I said, I'm always, talking to my friends, and Nelson, for example, feeds them every week, but he keeps them in an area where he doesn't water them as much. He waters them, but he doesn't water them as much as they get watered out here. So that's the plan. We've got more Hoyas. So that's the plan moving forward. I will discuss that in the video when I fertilize. If you guys are growing like me, and I don't know, or if you guys are growing like me out and your orchids get watered every single day, let me know if you guys do that. If you guys feed more often. I mean, I've even heard that some growers even feed every day just with a very light feeding, which is where you guys are going to recommend that I get the little pellets and I put them. I am going to try that also. I just haven't had the time. My Vandas definitely do not like the slow release. I've already tried it, but I'm willing to try it. I am willing to try it with my orchids that are not Vandas. So I'm willing to try the slow release fertilizer. I'm just going to see the little spike over here that I've discovered. I am going to try the slow fertilizer, the little pellets. Nelson uses them, I think, on his potted orchids. So I'm going to try that. Definitely not on my Vandas, but I am going to start feeding them more often. So that's the plan. That's the plan. And the Tulumias are doing good. So everything is looking fine. I was expecting to come out here and see orchids on the floor, some flowers missing, but oh, I was gonna say I'm missing one. No, it's just shifted. So yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think about that. About the more often feeding with less dose, less amount. Because I mean, I have flowers. I can't be ungrateful and tell you that that I don't have flowers, but I do have flowers. I just think that, I do have lots of orchids that have not rebloomed in a while. So just want to give them a little bit of a push. And I don't think it's time to do bloom booster yet. So let me see on this side what's going on. All the flowers that you see are new. That's why I haven't really talked about anything or showed you any tags, because, or in my case, no tags, but at least talk to you about them because nothing is in flower. I sound like a little whiny non-flower. Nothing's in flower, you guys. There's nothing in flower. Oh, I'm gonna check my maxillaria, because Laz's maxillaria is in bloom. So that's the cool thing about having friends that are also orchid collectors, or having orchid collector friends, because you can always compare your orchids. Like, hey, how's this one doing? Oh, is that one blooming for you? Oh, is this one doing this? So this is my Maxillaria tenuifolia, and she is not in bloom yet. It's early for her still, and it's really hard to pick up anything because the sun is like shining right on it. But no, my Maxillaria is still not in bloom. This is a big palm frond. So this is the garden. This is my Sunday morning walk, evaluating everything under here. There you go. It's all shifted. Can't wait to see this one bloom. Look at the pretty buds. I love to hear the birds chirping. This is my Dendrobium amethystoglossum, and when these flowers bloom, they're gonna be spectacular. Alright, so my Anasmum. Yummy. Dendrobium anasmum. She's gorgeous. Look at that. And she's so fragrant. All right, and then back here. Let's see, this is another one. She has buds. Oh man. So look at this one. This one is a Trichoglottis rosea variety. Oh my God. How did they come up with these long, how did they come up with this name, you guys? Look at how long this name is. I can't even read it. Look at that. So this is this Trichoglottis, and she's got little tiny buds on her. So exciting. This one's from Smiley. So she's going to bloom soon. My Trichoglottis with a really long name. My little pom-pom. I was scared that these guys were going to be on the floor. Thank goodness that. My God, I can't get tired of showing this to you guys. This is so pretty. And the rooster, and the birds. It just got like really, really peaceful in here. Moving my orchids. They're all shifted. So, so my orchids, I do not have them zip tied. You guys had recommended for me to zip tie. But I don't like to have them zip tied because sometimes I like to move them around and shift them. Good morning. So this is why they just keep moving. Oh, so remember I keep showing this to you guys. I already see one of the buds opening. You see the little flower, how cute up there? Can you guys see that right here? She's already starting to open because this around here is buds. So if you guys like roosters, you guys can enjoy them singing or waking up. Look at how beautiful. Oh my goodness. These are so pretty. So I never thought, and I've said this like 100 times, I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record. I never thought, and I don't know why I'm talking so low, but I never thought that I would like these orchids so much until they bloom for me like this. Oh, I'm obsessed with these. So if you like these little pom-poms, these are from Smiley. They are so, so pretty and different. These are Dendrobium species, and they're so nice. I love them. Let me show you the tag in case you guys want to get one. I know I showed it before in other videos, but just in case you're new, here's a tag. Smiley Orchids. She's in Clearmont, Florida. She's in Clearmont, Florida. She ships. She's at shows. She's awesome. She sells these. And they're so pretty. All right, we'll leave the rooster and and see what's going on that side of the yard. All right, so not too much. Yeah, I thought I was gonna come out here and see like all my orchids on the floor after the super windy day we had yesterday. So that makes me happy. So it's 25 miles an hour. Not too bad. My orchids hardly didn't even shift. So that's, we've got a long flower spike over here from an Oncidium. So that's always good to know for the future. Don't freak out. 25 mile an hour winds is okay. So a few orchids here in bloom. I didn't do my Oncidium Twinkle. She's a cute one. She's in bloom. Oncidium Twinkle. Pacific Waters Paul Pride has 2 flower spikes on it. Very cute. And my pineapple is growing. All right, you guys, this is today's morning walk. Thank you for watching. Thank you for, tuning in and walking with me. After not walking the garden in 3 days, doesn't look too shabby. So yeah, today's whole video was also to tell you that I do want to up my fertilizing routine. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, or what you guys do if you guys grow like me. Do you fertilize more often and feed less, or do you just keep doing the once a week and feeding a heavy feed? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see how it goes. Feeding a little bit less but more often, just because, yeah, I feel like they get just flushed out. That's what's going on. I'm seeing good results, but I think that feeding them a little bit more often would definitely help. And I think it's gonna be a really beautiful day today. It's only about 7:30 a.m., but it's not windy. It's gonna be probably like a little bit overcast. So enjoy your Sunday, enjoy your orchids. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and I will see you soon in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.